Lego Insider Weekend is just a few days away. I'm going to go over all of the great deals that are rumored so far, and I've got great enthusiasm score and mention data to help you guide your Lego investing picks and purchases for this weekend. And remember, I am not a financial advisor. I make these videos because I enjoy it and I do it for entertainment for you all. Make sure you always do your own research. Welcome back to KDX Bricks Analytics. A lot of critical information to cover for this weekend's Lego Insiders Weekend, so we are going to jump right into it. One of the biggest weekends of the year for Lego investors is here. It is November 18th and 19th, so just a few days away. We've already got news of a few gifts with purchase, and there are rumors of double insider points, maybe one or two really good Rakuten days, rumors of a bunch of sets that are going to be 20% off, a few that are going to be 4x insider points, and then a bunch that are going to be 3x insider points. We're going to look at all of that, and I'm going to show you where each of those sets are on our cumulative table. This table is a little unique. I decided to do year to date for 2023, so that's January through the end of October. During that time period, I watched 450 videos across 29 channels, and there were over 3,000 Lego set mentions. If you've watched my previous videos, you know that I watch all the other Lego investing and reselling videos on YouTube. I collect a bunch of data each time the presenter mentions a set. I record it on a table, and then based on how excited they are about that set, I give it an enthusiasm score of 0, 1, 2, or 3. 3 is that the presenter really thinks it's going to be a great investment. 2, that it's going to be just a solid standard Lego investment. 1, the presenter thinks there's a chance but has some reservations or some questions about it. And then a 0 is when the presenter is recommending to avoid that set for investing and reselling. I aggregate all the data and then I get an average enthusiasm score for each set. Again, that score is between 0 and 3. And then in this column here, I'm showing the total number of mentions for 2023 so far. And then in the last column, I'm showing the number of mentions over the last 3 months. That way you can just kind of see if it's trending upward or trending downward in the last 3-month time period. So first, let's take a look at the 3 gifts with purchase. And the big one is 40601, Majesto's Magical Workshop. This is a remake of the 1993 Majesto's Magical Workshop, similar to when Lego recently remade Forest Hideout as a gift with purchase, which is about $35. And that is after shipping and fees typically. And same thing with the Blacktron Cruiser that was a gift with purchase earlier this year and also a similar price. Expectation is that this will be a very popular and sought after gift with purchase. Here's a picture of the box that says the limited edition on it. That's really good box art. And the rumor is that the spend threshold is $250. Of course, everything that I'm talking about in this video is subject to change. I gathered all the rumor information for this Insider Weekend from all the videos that I watched, and I boiled it down to what I think is the most likely, but again, it is all subject to change. The next gift with purchase is this Winter Market Stall 40602 with a $170 spend threshold. So both of those are pretty high thresholds, but you're able to stack multiple GWPs, so it makes sense, and that's what Lego typically does this time of year. Pretty nice box art on this one too, and this GWP is pretty nice looking, just kind of a standard small holiday set. And then the last gift with purchase is a small poly bag at a $40 spend threshold, a winter holiday train. If you're ordering from lego.com, make sure to use Rakuten. Right now, it's 2.5% on most sets and then 1.5% cashback on exclusives and hard to find items. I've heard rumors that this could go up to 11% for most of the sets, and then maybe this is 3 or 4% for the exclusive and hard to find sets. That might be for one day. I also heard that it could be 10% for everything for the whole weekend. So we don't really know yet, but Rakuten is likely to do something. So definitely be prepared for that, because if you catch Rakuten at the right time, that can save you a pretty good chunk of money on these purchases. I've provided my affiliate link for Rakuten in the description of this video. Obviously, I'm not sponsored by Rakuten. I'm not saying to go use my link. If you do, you'll get a $30 or $40 bonus. I will also get a $30 or $40 bonus. But instead, go pick out your favorite Lego YouTuber and see if they have a link and go use theirs. Definitely use somebody's, because you get a bonus for you and also you're giving somebody else a bonus. But I provide mine there just as a resource. All right, so now I want to show you all of these sets that are rumored to be 20% off this weekend. Right here is my key. So the light yellow is 20% off. I'll add more colors for the 4X and 3X insider points later in the video. The most popular set on the table that is rumored to have a 20% off is 21326, Winnie the Pooh. 4 mentions across 2023 with an E score of 2.6 and 16 mentions in the last few months. So this set has just been a steady popular set over the whole year. I already have 4 or 5 5 myself. The minifigures are exclusive and outstanding. It is an idea set, which we'll deep dive in a second. But next, I want to show you 21325, the medieval blacksmith, 39 mentions, an E-score of 2.7, and 13 mentions over the last 3 months. So both this one and the Winnie the Pooh set have very similar enthusiasm and mention scores. And this one also apparently is going to be 20% off. Getting both these sets 20% off with all the other deals stacked on top is fantastic. This is also a beautiful idea set. Great interior detail. Good picture there. Good picture around the table with the fire, and also great exterior detail. Just an awesome set. Looking at previous idea sets, they typically do pretty well. For example, Pirates of Barracuda Bay from $200 to over $300. Sesame Street, which is very similar to Winnie the Pooh, is expected to do well. A lot of people were able to get it 30% off and maybe stack some deals. So 126 isn't bad. Ship in a Bottle is doing very well. The Flintstones is okay. And then if we get to some of the older sets like Voltron, that one's up from 180 to 330. And then I wanted to show the old fishing store. That's the set that most of us most closely compare the medieval blacksmith to. Further down our table is Assembly Square 10255. E-score 2.1, 18 mentions, 6 recently. So it's been steady. She goes throughout the year at about this 2 or 2.1. And that's because this set will have a 7-year shelf life. It's a 10-year commemorative. The modular buildings typically do very well. This one looks amazing, but a very long shelf life. Looking at previous modular buildings, they all do 2 to 3 times their retail price in retirement. And so it seems like this one would be a good bet, but I bet it's going to be a pretty long hold time. 10266, NASA Apollo 11 Lunar Lander. You guys know I love this set. 14 mentions, 6 in the last 3 months, so it's picking up some steam. Actually, I've noticed an increase in buzz around this set. The problem with this set is it has over a 4-year shelf life, but I'm not letting that worry me. I think this one will do well in retirement. Maybe a little longer hold time. There's a lot more investors in the game right now, so most sets are increasing on average with hold time. So I'm kind of starting to get used to that, so I'm not too worried about that for this set. And it has really good company. International Space Station retired at the end of last year, and $70 up to $78, but a lot of people got this set for around $40. The Saturn V set that did so well, Lego re-released it, and both versions are still making money, even though this set had over a 5-year shelf life between the two of these. So that's a really good sign for the Apollo 11 Lunar Lander set. Another set that I personally am very excited about, 10265, the Ford Mustang. I think this one is flying under the radar. Only 11 mentions, but 4 in the last few months, so a little more traction for this set too recently. Again, also over 4-year shelf life, but there are other good sets that have already retired that this set goes well with, like the James Bond Aston Martin 10262. That one's from 150 to 180. The Ferrari F40. This one's a little bit of a unicorn, $100 to $300. It did retire in 2017, but a 2.5-year shelf life. And then in the Icons vehicle line, we have the Corvette that just came out, but is a beautiful looking vehicle. And then we have the Chevrolet Camaro. This is another set that I'm very excited about. And then the Porsche 911, and the design is out of this world for this set. There's 5 or 6 really good muscle or sports cars, and it sounds like Lego's going to continue to make these. I think there's a great opportunity to have a nice collection in this type of brick-built medium-sized vehicle that I think they all will do pretty well, even if they are a long hold time. Now on to a Harry Potter set, 76389, Hogwarts Chamber of Secrets, only 2 mentions with an E-score of 2.5. Not a set that I am interested, especially because it's not even retiring at the end of this year. And I did mean to point out earlier that if there's an R in front of the set number and name, then that means, according to Brick Fanatics or Brick Set, that it is retiring at the end of this year. So if I scroll back up on the table and look at the Ford Mustang, it is retiring at the end of this year, and the other previous sets that we looked at. Sorry, I didn't point that out earlier in this video. And then there are 5 more sets rumored to be 20% off this weekend, but they have not received any mentions in 2023, so they are not anywhere on my table. And the first one is 71741, Ninjago City Gardens. This set is gorgeous looking. It is an awesome set, really well done. Previous Ninjago City sets are very popular. The original $300 to almost $800, and that's Ninjago City. And then Ninjago City Docks, $230 to over $600. And then we've got the City Gardens that we're just looking at, and then the very new city markets that looks great. Maybe not everybody's favorite, but I still think that they will do well. The Eiffel Tower just came out late last year, not retiring anytime soon. So glad to see it's going to be 20% off, but one that I will not be getting for investment yet, if at all. The Little Mermaid Royal Clamshell just came out, so not focusing on this set yet. And same thing with Captain America's shield. But on top of that, I really don't like this set. It's way too gappy, and you can't grab it and hold it like you would Thor's hammer or like you would a different model of Captain America's shield. Instead, the backside of this is really thick and ugly, and it's easy to see even from a pretty shallow angle when you display this piece unless you hang it on the wall. So I'm not really excited about this set at all. And then lastly is the City Freight Train set. Trains do okay. I don't really get into city sets for investing, but for my own personal collection, I like to get as many train sets as possible. So I would like to get this one at 20% off. All right, now I've added more highlights to the table. Anything highlighted in green is rumored to be 4x insider points, and anything highlighted in blue is rumored to be 3 times insider points. So the key has been expanded up here. The next set to look at is 10323, the PacMan Arcade. 5 mentions, only an e-score of 1.8, highlighted blue. So again, rumored to be 3 times insider points, and it is way too early to figure out if this set is worth investing in because it just came out in June of 2023. But looking at this set, assuming it doesn't have a really long shelf life, this one might actually have a pretty good chance in retirement because there's a lot you can do with this set. I'm less interested in the NES and the Atari, but this one looks like a small machine and you can actually move it around to make it look like the game is being played. So this is a set that I'm absolutely doing my research starting now and keeping an eye on. And once we get a gauge on when it will retire, then I'm going to look even closer, maybe pick some up. Next one is 10321, the Corvette. We were just looking at this a minute ago. 4 mentions, e-score of 2. Again, way too early to be picking it up for investing because it just came out, but it's one that I'm going to be looking at closely when it gets close to retirement. 10315, Tranquil Garden. 3 mentions with an e-score of 2.3. Same story, it just came out. I am very interested in this set. First, I want to see how the first few botanical do after they retire. One is expected to retire at the end of this year. That is the Bird of Paradise. And I bet we'll get another couple at the end of next year. And then we'll have a pretty good idea as to what we think this set will do. 76389, Hogwarts Chamber of Secrets. Time to look at this set again because it is also rumored to be 4x insider points. And the story goes that you're going to be able to get this set for 20% off and then 4 times the points on top of that. I'll believe it when I see it. I really hope that happens. I'm still not going to pick this set up. It's not my favorite, but there's another set that's like this that we're going to look at in a minute. But first, next is 42130, the BMW M1000RR, highlighted green, so 4x insider points. It's a cool set, but I'm not getting it for investing. It's already been heavily discounted in the past. 42157, the John Deere Skidder, also a cool set. Even though it just came out, I already know I'm very unlikely to get it for investing purposes. 71460, Mr. Oz's Space Bus from the very new Dreams line, only 1 mention with an e-score of 2. I'm not getting any of these until they're closer to retirement, but this one I'm interested in. I think some of the Dreams sets could do okay. 76252, the Batcave Shadow Box. Very likely this is a set I completely skip. It's a great concept, but it's just way too much of the same 2 colors, black and the light bluish gray. 71461, Fantastical Treehouse from the Dreams line. This set I am very unlikely to be interested in. I don't really like how it looks, but if we look at the other Dream sets, some of them could be very interesting for investing, like the Dream Village. This is a nice little set at $30. And if we scroll down, the Grim Keeper, the Cage Monster, this is just really unique. A lot of creative play can be done. Also pretty inexpensive at $38. The Pegasus Flying Horse, I think looks fantastic. And then I also like the stable of Dream Creatures. And then lastly, the one that's getting the most buzz is the Nightmare Shark Ship at $140. The reason I point these out is because a couple of them are already getting a decent deal this weekend. And so look out for decent deals on the others and look out for when we start hearing rumors of retirement dates, because these sets remind me a lot of the Elves theme, and some of those Elves sets are doing really, really well on the secondary market. And now 3 more sets that are rumored to be 3 or 4 times insider points this weekend, and we're looking at 60336 again. This one is rumored to be 4x insider points. And again, what we're hearing, that's going to be on top of the 20% off. Retails for $200. 20% off brings it down to $160. And then 4x points is basically 20% off that. So $160 minus another 20% brings us down to less than $130. And so if you get this set with discounts and points, you're paying $130 and you're already halfway to all three of the gift with purchases that we looked at the beginning of the video. I am definitely picking one of these up if that's the case for my own personal collection. 10317 expected to be 3x insider points, $240, very specialized, maybe a long hold time, but it just came out. We got to see how long it's going to be on the shelf. So far, I'm not interested in it. And then lastly, 80049, the Monkey Kid Dragon of the East Palace. This set looks beautiful, really fantastic color blocking and color scheme, and I think the design is just great. We don't know yet how a lot of the Monkey Kid sets are going to do, but it seems like this one could be pretty popular, and there are some other very good Monkey Kid scene and terrain sets, like this one, the legendary flower Fruit Mountain, retired at the end of last year. It's up a little bit already, so that's a decent sign for Monkey Kid. The Heavenly Realms, which is expected to retire at the end of this year, is a really unique looking set that I'm interested in. And then the last couple I wanted to show you is City of Lanterns. This is more of a downtown set, but that looks cool. And then the new one, which is Megapolis City, which looks really cool. So I feel like some of these city, terrain, scene Monkey Kid sets could actually do okay, because we're getting enough of them now that you could make a Monkey Kid city layout. All right, I updated my table one more time with a bunch of highlights. This time they are red, and they are additional sets that I am interested in for this weekend that don't have a specific deal going on for them, but with the great gifts with purchase that we've already looked at, probably double insider points, possibly a 10% Rakuten cash back. I'm not just targeting the 20% off or triple or 4x sets. So let's take a look through those. First one is the Brickheads Ahsoka Tano 40539. I've got around 25 of them so far, 67 mentions this year with an E-score of 2.8. I've been asked a couple of times, am I worried about everybody over hoarding this set? I'm not. Maybe it's a little longer of a hold time, but the first season of the show was good and was decently popular. Another season is coming. The animated Clone Wars remains very popular, and this Brickhead set, like most, is a Lego exclusive, so people can't stack up too many of them very easily. Another Brickhead set, 40623, Battle of Endor Heroes, 49 mentions, an E-score of 2.6, and I want to point out half of those mentions have been in the last 3 months. I realize it didn't come out until April, but that's one of the big reasons that I am very, very excited about this set. It is $40 for all 5 of the Brickheads, and it will have a 9-month shelf life. First time we're getting Lando, R2-D2, and Wicket in Brickhead's form. First time we're getting Leia in her Endor robes. This set is just screaming winner to me. It hasn't been on sale. I don't expect it to be on sale, maybe right at the end if there's a little bit of extra stock. So stacking all of these rewards can get you a pretty good price. Another one I'm really interested in is 75336, the Inquisitor Transport Scythe. I've got a few already, 44 mentions with an E-score of 2.8, 22 mentions in the last few months. So this set has definitely ramped up its popularity and buzz for investing purposes. The ship looks great. More importantly, the minifigures look outstanding. It has been on sale a couple of times, I think as low as $70 very briefly, and then $80 here and there. With all these stacked promos, another great opportunity to pick up a few more at a very good price. Another one I like is 76989, the Horizon Forbidden West Tallneck, 32 mentions with an E-score of 2.6, $90 for over 1,200 pieces, and it is, I think, still at $73. I forget, Amazon somewhere. So since this set's been on sale a lot recently, probably not as good a deal to get it with all of these promos. So I would only get this one if I needed to fill in something to get over the $250 threshold and I didn't have anything else, but a set that I'm absolutely watching all the way to the end of 2023 and looking for more great deals on it. Same thing with the diorama sets, and the one that I'm most interested in right now, 75339, the Death Star Trash Compactor, is because this one is is a Walmart exclusive. It hasn't been on sale as much. I've already got more of the others. This one I only have, I think, 5, and I'd like to get a few more. It also has 6 minifigures. Pretty much there's nothing exclusive about the minifigures. It says 2 of them on brick set, but I think it's just 1 or 2 minifigure elements that are exclusive. But still, it's a great diorama set. It's one of the first 3 in the diorama line. 10278, the police station. I absolutely had to add this. As you know, 23 mentions, an E-score of 2.5. The best of the 3 modulars that are retiring at the end of this year, in my opinion. $200 for almost 3,000 pieces and just a 3-year shelf life, which is very good for a modular building. Rarely goes on sale, so you can get a pretty good buy-in price after all of the rewards. I also highlighted 21054, the White House. Only 11 mentions, but 4 in the last few months. Only a 2.2 E-score. But a lot of the architecture sets do pretty well, even though some of them are a slow burn. The Capitol building is up to $134. A lot of people got this set for $60 or $70, so that's great. I think this one can perform well, but you got to get it on a very good discount, and now is a pretty good opportunity to try that. One of my favorite sets, 40658. It just came out. It's going to have a 3 or 4 month shelf life. It is the Millennium Falcon holiday diorama. It's only $30. Comes with a few minifigures and BB-8 and a Porg. Unique Christmas sweaters that always look great. I like this little set, even though it is part of the sequel movies. I still think it is going to be very popular in retirement. I think it's flying under the radar because it's sequel movies and because of the very short shelf life. So yes, I absolutely plan on picking some up this weekend. 31132, the Viking ship and Midgard Serpent. This set is overpriced. It has already been heavily discounted, but if you haven't taken advantage of those opportunities, then now might be a good time, because some people are interested in it because of the new Lego Ideas Viking Village, and the Viking ship will pair very nicely with this. So now is a good opportunity. All right, before we wrap up, I'm going to show you a couple of purchases that I'm going to try to do this weekend and all of the promos and discounts that I hope that I'm able to get. So first example, 5 copies of 40623 Battle of Endor Heroes, $40 each. That's $200 total. And then 2 copies of the Millennium Falcon Holiday Diorama, $30 each, brings us to $60. So the total cost will be $260, just over the $250 threshold. Neither of these sets are going to be on sale this weekend, so no discount. Assuming double VIP points is $26 back in Lego points to use on future Lego sets. And I'm being conservative here. I'm assuming a 2.5% Rakuten, but it could be as high as 10 or 11%. And then I'm going to assume $60 resale price on the 3 gifts with purchase. So that's a total rewards of $93. Percent rewards is 36%. So the final cost, again, it's not all direct cash back or discount, but it all works out to a savings of 36%. So the all-in cost would be $167 after the promos. And so doing the math, the Battle of Endor Heroes set, normally $40, it's down to $25.60. And the Holiday Diorama set, normally $30, it's under $20. So yes, I'm definitely going to do one purchase with 5 of the Brickheads and 2 of the Holiday Diorama sets. And then one more example for you is one of the Medieval Blacksmith at $180, one of the Winnie the Pooh at $100, and then 3 of the Ahsoka Tano Brickheads at $30. So here's the Blacksmith, here's the Winnie the Pooh. Both of those are rumored to be 20% off. And then here's the Ahsoka Tano Brickheads, no discount rumored. So that's a total cost of $310, but with the 20%, it saves you $56. So it comes out to $254, again, just over the $250 threshold. 10% VIP points is $25. A conservative 2.5% Rakuten is $6, the same $60 gift with purchase. That comes out to $148 savings, rewards, and promos, and that's a 48%. So the final cost is the other 52% at $162. And so then that final cost after all the promos for the Medieval Blacksmith is $93.60, for Winnie the Pooh is $52, and then Ahsoka Tano is $520. I'll point out before you catch it that Ahsoka Tano is not 20% off. So to calculate this, I just spread the 20% savings on the 2 larger sets across all 3 sets. So that's another purchase I absolutely want to do this weekend. If I do a 3rd or 4th, I'd like to get the Apollo Lunar Lander at 20% off, or the Corvette at triple insider points, maybe, but I'll probably wait on that one because it's new. And definitely the freight train if it is 4x insider points and 20% off. I really hope that's true because I really want to get this set for my collection. I've been waiting for a really good discount. All right, that's a wrap on this video. Comment below what you want to purchase to make the $250 threshold for this weekend. And as always, thanks for watching this one, and I'll see you in the next one.